Um,
There we go. All about it. Yeah.
so this was a good test?
This one is, There you go.
Bye. And Regina, you didn't take these tests, is that
Yes, I
right?
did.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I wonder why this changed.
Yeah, she read it like that.
Why?
She read it wife.
I wonder why. They're both one stroke.
I'll say families might be a little easier, just the location of it.
I'm glad I did a period after babies. I was gonna do like a semicolon.
Up here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, this would have been a place to start a paragraph
That's what
if
I
you had
did.
wanted.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
She didn't come off though.
Well, paragraphs are pretty subjective. I mean,
Do you think that we could get some the tests that we've been doing? Are we allowed to listen to them again?
I've tried.
Like, get them from you all and just
I-
practice them, or no?
they've probably been taped over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because just use your regular
Yeah.
thumb drive. Yeah. So they probably have them taped over.
There's a lot of them that I like and would like to practice.
They told me because I was asking for copies of their tests, so I could see my progress throughout the semester, and they said no, because we're gonna reuse this test each.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can reuse the test every 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, you know, it's difficult to come by this material.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Schools used to swap, and you could go through the NCRA, but it's a cost,
Uh-huh.
and it's not cheap.
Okay.
So these are pretty well guarded.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ready for the next page?
Mhm.
I did it. Well, let me tell you, colon.
I think that'd be okay.
Okay. And I left that in the other paragraph, the one before it.
You did what now?
I didn't paragraph it, the
Oh.
let me tell you.
So this is interesting. A capital here, but not a capital there.
I didn't even do that.
Because I've noticed that, because they're talking about God, that I've even noticed, like if I read a scripture, he is always capitalized when they're in a scripture, when they're
talking
referring to about God.
Now, how come one of them is capitalized and one
I
isn't?
don't know.
Oh, what is?
See.
Oh, God knows what he is doing when he gives baby. Oh,
What if God's a she?
that's true.
That's true.
I didn't capitalize that. Would that be points off? I didn't even think. I understand that. I just didn't think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Count off.
No. They did not count off right.
No.
No.
And, you know.
So would you say, would you capitalize he if it said, Gary knows what he is doing when he gives babies to young people? Like if it had a regular name?
Oh, no.
No, you wouldn't, right?
No.
So it's
Just
just
God.
meaning basically because it's,
Kind of like judge,
Yeah.
maybe, in a
Okay.
way. But you wouldn't no, it's just God.
okay.
That's just God. Yeah. And, you know, to tell you the truth, I've never seen it like this. It looks
Mhm.
strange, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
I've seen it in scriptures and when
Yeah.
they talk about it in or whatever.
Yeah, I would think, yeah, in scriptures, but in something like this,
Right.
Where's the end of the 100 on this one?
should be at 25. So it's at the top of this page.
Okay, so.
Brush your hair. No. Night cleaning up that mess.
Yeah, after mess, that's it.
Just crazy how much longer it is.
Where does yours end?
Well, you watch them make choices, some of them which are good, some of which are good, some of which are not so good.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, right here. Then you have 5 more of these.
God, that's a lot longer.
Because each one of these, and this is 20 words in between the marks.
So the end of the 100 words a minute is 2 paragraphs later?
Mhm.
Wow, okay.
That's why I was telling you that
Yeah.
5-minute dictation.
Well, I've been studying for that stupid Latin test we had today,
Mhm.
all week. And it paid off because I made 110. But,
See, now you're done with those academics, so next term,
well, next term I'm taking the eclipse and the procedures class.
well, the eclipse. Wednesday night,
Wednesday night's already morning.
I'm taking that too.
Is that the only time you're going to give it next semester?
Because David Cerati's teaching it, and he
Uh-huh.
works all day.
Ooh, okay, I'll come.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I've never even seen him.
I haven't either.
Huh?
Really?
I heard he's really
very
cute.
easy on the
Well,
eyes.
you know what? Actually, one time I was passing
Can't
this
remember
man in the
when.
hallway.
You ready for me to turn the page?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take that class too, because I need to learn some of that stuff. in
Yeah.
that
Well, I
eclipse.
was just wondering because my class. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. So we finished with this one?
Yes.
Let's go, babies.
That was the best one out of all 3.
Yeah.
Let's do jury charge next.
Now, how come in the 3rd paragraph, the word fact as I use it here means nothing than that the attorneys have proved? Why would he not put a comma after the word word? The word, comma, open quote, fact, close quote.
Well, you've got the quote, so you really don't need a comma. Yeah. And why they crossed out delineate, I will never understand. Any questions on this first page?
Okay, so the first full paragraph, that you must not be, what is that?
You must not be influenced by
Yeah,
pity.
and then it says you must not be biased against him. I wrote, you must not be pissed against him. And I couldn't figure it out what it was, I left it, and she put a smiley face next to it.
Ah. Well, next time know that pissed wouldn't be in the jury charge. The judge wouldn't say that. Anything more on this page? Now, see, this should be capped, right?
Yeah.
There's no consistency, but it should be capped. And here again. We done with jury charge? We're so fast today.
Yep.
There's nobody here.
Yeah.
All right, Q&A. Has a different beginning here.
Mm-hmm. Mess me up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Are the Q&A tests, is it ever going to start with an answer? Have you ever seen that for one of our tests?
No.
I
Why would
wouldn't
it?
think so, but I don't know if they want to trick us somehow.
Oh, no, no. No, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to have it start with an answer.
So I feel
'Cause
like
you-
having that first question thing just relaxes me a little more.
Yeah. Because if there's no question, then there can't be an answer. But it is true that in the beginning of these Q&As is when you got the proper names and the numbers and all that stuff. But in an actual deposition, the attorneys go through a little formal thing. So you get warmed up that way, and then they start going into the questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh because Mr. Hopkins is always a female.
Any questions on this?
What is 11 in the middle of the page? Is that a paragraph? How old are you?
No, this is another mark for where you are on your stopwatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be paragraphed anyways because it's still indented. Unless it's just a mark.
I guess you could indent it, or not. Yeah.
So tell me what your father's name is.
Uh-huh.
Could that be a period?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should be a period. Because that's more of a statement to tell me. And you all know when you've got okay, you always write it out.
Yes.
Yeah. See, there's another one of those little click marks.
Could you do a comma after great, so you know that when you took the oath? No?
No.
Great.
That would be
It's
just
a
like,
s-
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, here, I would have put a period,
Mm-hmm.
because that answers the question. You're supposed to tell the truth. Yes. And then she goes on to say,
Right.
my attorney told me all that. Period. Should be a period.
The Q&A up above, and you understand what line means?
Uh-huh.
I guess she made it sound like a question. But if you're just reading that, that could be a period, right?
No, I think it should be a question, because the attorney doesn't know if she knows what line means.
Okay.
So he's asking her. And of course, you know, the inflection.
So do you think that that semicolon was there because they're closely related? Because he's saying, I know I'm not to lie, I tell the truth, because they're closely related?
I don't know, because somebody wrote that in.
Oh, they wrote it in? Maybe because it was a comma?
Yes. On this hard copy is a comma, and somebody put the little dot there.
Mm-hmm.
I still would put a period. You know, it's a complete sentence. Okay, ready?
Could you do a comma, yes, comma, in the middle? Yes, comma, I do, comma, I remember it very, very clear.
I would think that you could. Let's see. Well, the period works better, though, because she's kind of expounding on how clearly she remembers it. Maybe if it was yes, comma, I do, comma, I remember it, period. What a funny sentence here. I want you to tell us as best you can and in your own words, and if you don't know, don't try to answer it. See, I would have probably put dashes here, and dashes here. I want you to tell us as best you can, and in your own words, what happened on that night.
So basically that's just like extra information
Yeah.
that can be left out.
Because he's really starting this over again. Tell us, tell us. So it is kind of like a little interruption in there. You know, attorneys are not English scholars by any means. Ready for the next page?
Yep.
Yeah, and on the page before, you know, he interrupted her.
That was very obvious in the test.
Yeah, good. Now, this, you should have a comma here. My two sisters and my two brothers and me. That's very incomplete. So I would say we're at a car auction, comma, my two sisters and my two brothers and me. That's what I would have done there. Is that it?
Mhm.
Oh,
Okey